Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'd like to thank our Patreon supporters this month.
Yeah. Okay.
Only per-
This is a... What do they call those things? Wait, what's that thing when they ask a bunch of people questions?
survey.
Yeah, survey.
Survey says
It says,
donkey.
reported by the Daily Mail, MAGA is the leading red flag for 18 to 34-year-old women, while men are turned off by women with political opinions. A new survey on dating trends. So they surveyed 1,033 men and women aged 18 to 34 on what behaviors are considered red or green flags in a partner.
Okay.
I'm just going to look at all the red just because I don't want to bounce back and forth.
Yeah, who cares about what people like? We just want to hear what they don't like.
Yeah.
It kind of tells you everything.
Okay, so out of these women, 76% of them and 59% of the men say a red flag is if the other person identifies as a MAGA Republican.
Wait, what percent? The 70% of women?
Yeah,
50%
76%.
of men?
59%.
I kind of like the idea of being a red flag, though. I kind of like the idea of saying that, and then most women being like, oh, yuck. Oh, yuck. Oh, yuck.
Now, what's interesting is that down the list, 27% of them only consider it a red flag if that person owns a gun.
Sounds a little bit weird. It sounds like they aren't telling you what the questions were exactly.
Yeah.
Like, is that what they asked?
I don't know if it was a list. I didn't see the original
Wait, what percentage considered that a red flag?
27.
So they prefer them with a gun.
Yes. Many more prefer them with a gun, but not as a MAGA Republican.
That's sort of weird. I don't know why even 20%
They
think
say
that's a red flag.
Now they say all lives matter. That's also a red flag for 60% of women.
Interesting.
They say there are only two genders. That's a red flag for 58% of these women and 34% of the men.
That was a little bit weird. There's only two genders. Okay, this is a red flag. I am triggered. You've crossed the line, Neil. Crossed the line. Let's kick your butt.
Kick your butt.
Yeah.
Oh, kick.
Yeah.
I thought you said cake.
Let's cake your butt. Let's cake your butt. Typical woman fighting styles.
Yeah.
Women think, time to fight. Let's get the flour and sugar.
Now it's
only two genders. Red flag over here.
Now what's
Holy crud. This guy's gonna kill me.
Here's a couple of funny ones, though. If the person identifies as a communist, 64% of men say that's a red flag.
That should be like a 100%.
55% of women put it as a red flag.
That should be 100%. There shouldn't be anybody who goes, oh, you're a communist. Okay. That's not like a...
Next one is if they listen to Joe Rogan. 55% of women say that's a red
If
flag.
they listen to Joe Rogan, not like...
35%.
Simply listening to him.
That cuts in half for men, where it says 35% of them.
Like, I can see a couple people being triggered by it, like people who just don't like Joe Rogan or whatever. You know, it's sillier, but just for listening to them.
Now, here's an interesting one.
Now, if you listen to a stand-up, I get it.
If they identify as a conservative, only 54% of the women see that as a red flag.
It's still sort of weird that's like a red flag. Like, if somebody just says that they're liberal, I don't think that's a red flag. But if they go, and I'm a communist, then that is.
Well, it's interesting because the saying MAGA Republican there's a 25%, almost 25% difference.
Yeah.
For these same people.
If somebody says they're MAGA, that's a bigger red flag. It's a red flag than more people than if they're a communist.
Yeah. Oh, here's a funny
Kind of like wacko world you live in.
53% of the women consider it a red flag if the person they're interested in refuses to see the Barbie movie.
How many percent?
53%.
Go on. If it was like 30, then
31% of the men, though.
Yeah, that's not typically a red flag unless they're like really like freaked out about it. Like, no, they're like screaming their brains out like a big baby. Like, I want to see the Barbie movie.
50% of women also consider it to be a red flag if the person doesn't care about politics.
I kind of get that one.
No, I get it too. I just think it's weird.
Again, though, I don't consider it like a red
answers.
flag. Like, okay, this is a no-go zone. Like red
the
flag.
survey, by the way, had green, beige, and red. So there's like middle answers here.
Yeah, but instead they're going hard like Oh, you don't care about politics? Like, I don't think that's a red flag. I think that's more of like a, oh, well, you should care a little bit, but not like,
I'm going to quickly...
okay, this guy does not care about politics. You do not want to go there.
Yeah.
Either be a communist, and if not, then you're out. Unless you're
It's kind of funny. If you look at the graph, there's generally less red flags in general for men. Whereas for women, they have a lot more.
Women, I guess, have higher standards, but the problem is their standards are based on a system.
No, it's some of these lower ones.
Sorry.
Interesting. They own a gun. They watch reality dating shows.
That's a red flag if you're a woman.
26% of women, 29% of men. That's pretty even.
See, like I feel like
flag.
that should be a higher red flag if you're a woman.
Yeah.
Like if a dude's watching reality dating shows, that should be like a big red flag. But if for men, I don't think that should be a red flag so much.
Yeah, no.
Like if it's like, oh, you watch reality dating, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But listen, ladies, I may not be the ultimate guru of love, but if the man you're interested in, sucking face with, and maybe even kissing on the forehead, if he's watching reality dating shows, that's a red flag. He's probably gay as hell. Words of wisdom from the wise mind of myself.
Yep. Remember that.
Write that down, put it in a drawer, forget about it. God, friggin' hell! What the? Oh God, bugs! What the? Cicadas!
Locust.
What's going on? Locusts! What the hell? Why are my eyes so dry? How bad do my eyes look?
Jeez. Oh, back up.
Here, you lean up. Do they look visibly red on camera? Oh yeah, my phone fell out of my pocket.
No, they look fine.
They freaking hurt like hell though. I think I got wood chips in them.
Okay, anyways. All right.
I'm crying because the beauty of this article.
23% and 17% considered a red flag if they talk about politics frequently.
I guess that's kind of a depends kind of one. I feel like that's more like a gray zone.
Now, here's a funny one, though. 20% of women consider it a red flag if they're into astrology, but 41% of men consider that a red flag.
I kind of get that.
Really?
In the sense, like, if a woman's like, dude, I just believe, like, when the stars are rotating the right way,
Oh,
man.
that
Like,
kind of stuff?
yeah, I just think, like, that's really, like, a sign, man. Like, the hippie kind of thing. If it's, like, a hippie, that's what they mean. They don't just mean, like, I like the way stars look. But if they mean, like, that like, kind of, like, hippie astrology kind of stuff, then I get it.
They identify as a liberal, 20% and 33% of men.
Oh, come on.
They post frequently on social media, 19%.
Come on, man. Not 33%. You guys got to bump that up.
They say that Black Lives Matter, 14% women, 33% men.
They say Black Lives Matter. Does that mean, like, they use the slogan Black Lives Matter?
I guess so.
Or they simply have said it. Man, my eyes itch like a dog.
They are not on social media. That's 9% and then 4% for men.
Oh, my eyes getting, like, really red. This is like the other morning. Caleb, we got to end this.
Okay.
My freaking eyes are itching like a dog's hind leg.
They prefer cow milk over any non-dairy milk.
I'm going to pose like this so people want to see
6%.
my disgusting red eyes. Look how red they're getting.
Yeah, I know.
What the hell happened to me? I'm just sitting here and it started burning. I think the dirt fairy put some dirt in my eye.
Tobey Maguire. What was the question?
They send green texts.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that
I
means.
don't know what that means either.
They read. Only 1% each consider that a red flag.
Who's the 1% that says reading is a red flag? That must have been a misclick or something.
They look better in person. Again, 1% consider it a red flag.
Maybe they look better in person.
I
If
mean,
they get a picture online, like, oh, you look better in person. If it was the reverse, that would be a red flag. If they look worse in person.
they would be like, they would consider it bad if they looked better in person than on social media.
No, that's like a good thing.
I know.
It's like a green flag.
It is a good
I guess
thing.
that's only 1%.
But
Whatever. I'll give it a flag because it's only 1%. There's going to be some guy who's like, no.
And then researching for best deals and rates before buying. 2% of women said that's a red flag.
What, looking for like a good rate and deal? Oh, come on.
1% of men.
Of course, men are like, what? And then like, there's that one lady who's like, no, you should buy.
And mind you, this was 1,000 people, 1,033. So that means that would be about
10?
11.
Yeah.
10 or 11.
That's not much. That might have just been a mistake in the answer.
Still though, it's still 10 people.
Yeah, I just don't believe that anybody
10,
could actually
10
believe
people
that.
made a mistake. But anyways, yeah, that's it.
Wow. Well, it looks like everybody's stupid, and this is why the human race will be depopulated, and we're all gonna die. See you on the next episode of Positive Vibes! My eyes, they burn! Ah!